And down here with a lot of folks from UAW, got Ron Hargrove here, first front and center. Just thanking everybody for being here, and also celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King.
I do believe we shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. It is an honor to represent everybody in labor. And I was just thinking a little bit about what Reverend Elliott said, and thanking him in his vision, his mission, and his purpose. Not too long ago, him and my grandfather will be 94 this week. 94 years old. I wish I could be there here this long to try and do good. But I saw Reverend Elliott and my grandfather meet, and you would have saw two kids meeting on the playground. But yet, so many years ago, when they were young on the playground, they probably would have had the same look. But somewhere in life, they could have been, and probably might have been, polar opposites, right? Because they kind of lost they might have lost their sight of one another, but it was really about our upbringing and some of the things that were going wrong. But, at the beginning, we're free to walk together. During our growth in life, we get off track sometimes and we lose sight. But a date that sticks out in my mind is 4/4/68. I don't know how profound that date is for you, but for me, it's very profound. I did not know how much that date would change my life. And those that I've had the honor to represent, although I was not on planet Earth that day, we lost something that day together. I lost something even though I wasn't here. Dr. King is honored today, and I know, and he's smiling. However, I think sometimes during the year, other than when we celebrate his life, he might be shedding a few tears, right? And that's because of what the walk of Reverend Elliott is trying to tell us every single day. He said, Todd, he called me the other day, he said, where are we going? Where do we go from here? Homework is the dream work. Reverend Elliott speaks out about this every single day of his life. And he's always telling me, my bags are packed, but I'm not ready to go to heaven, and I'm not teasing, right? But every day I say that very same thing because I wake up, I see the ceiling, and I know what's above that. Even though we lose people every single day, it's that servant leadership, and it's about our walk, right? And Dr. Martin Luther King has that servant leadership. The Greater Louisville Central Labor Council, 54,000 members, they walk all of our neighborhoods, this neighborhood, Valley Station, it doesn't matter where we're at, but we walk all the neighborhoods, we walk them together, and we are committed. My good friend in labor, he actually works for me, he retired from UAW, and I said, will you come back and work, give some more of that servant leadership? He always had a saying, he said, don't worry about the mule going blind, just load the wagon. Well, I scratched my head for a couple of days trying to figure out what that meant a long time ago. And in translation, the answer to that is what's different for each and every person that's sitting in this room today. It's just like that mule going blind, it knows where to go on the road. It's just whether it listens, right, to leadership and where we need to be every single day. Vice President Cotton, earlier he and I had some conversation. I want to thank him for his leadership along with helping us out and the other officers and rank and file of the Central Labor Council. And thank the leaders in our community. There are candidates right here who are working the job. And they're thanking. That's absolutely. Some people say it's a thankless job, it's a tireless job. I don't know any of these men and women behind me that don't wake up every day and say, what can I do to leave it better? I don't know any of them that wakes up and says, how can I not help anybody today because it might be easier on me? And that's what servant leadership is. This past year, walking with our veterans on the honor flight, I went through the Dr. Martin Luther King Memorial. I actually went down, was going through a couple of other monuments, and it led me to a monument. I looked over and I said, that's a new monument I hadn't seen. And it was a Dr. Martin Luther King monument. Some of the people went to get on the bus. I said, I'll get an Uber, I'm going to stay here a while. I walked around and I cried. I cried because some of the things that I saw reminded me of why I wish I'd have been here a long time ago to learn and listen to Dr. Martin Luther King. And there's so many famous quotes that he had walking through the treasures that I saw there. I thought about Walter Reuther. So Walter Reuther was our president. I don't know if you know, but Walter Reuther allowed Dr. Martin King ask Dr. Martin King. It was honored to have Dr. Martin Luther King inside the Solidarity House, where he actually wrote part of his I Have a Dream speech. It's true. It's a true statement. There is no greater calling than to serve your fellow man. There is no greater contribution to help the weak. There is no greater satisfaction to have done it well. In closing, what is our homework? I think our homework today is whatever we think is right and how to move forward. And that's one thing that was resonated today that's been spoken many times. This church is a center point, right? And there's many center points in life. And I'm going to call you Dr. Martin Luther King in a minute. I'm sorry, but we'll all be with him again one day down the road. And let's you and me stay on planet Earth for as long as we can and just keep doing good, okay? I love you. You're one of my best friends in the world.